Oh, still recording. Why not? Not like it'll matter overall. Where's the thing? You have to scroll. Yes, because I'm extremely generic. Skin tone. Let's be not racist and make him green. I don't know if it fucking matters. Done. Since I don't need anything else. General Rukaji. Yeah, long story short, Sheriff wants to kill us. Does he succeed? No. This is the beginning of the game. Never feel like PSP crashes anyway. No. Oh, level 2. Oh, they dropped them. I thought I destroyed them. Almost. You're gonna... Oh, cutscene, right? I think.
I'm glad you made it. As I was explaining, within the next 2 days, the Emperor will imprison all unregistered changelings. Everyone in this room is in grave danger.
We'll be sent to prison because you'll turn us over! How can we believe him? He's a loyalist!
We must trust him. He saved me from fiends who would have enslaved me. He took me in and kept me safe. We cannot afford to distrust him.
You must leave tonight. Use the Undercity. It will take you safely beyond the city walls.
What if it's a trap?
We have no choice.
I knew it was only a matter of time before you betrayed the Empire, Sheriff. Your head will make a fine addition to my Emperor's collection.
You betray your own kind, Rukaji. This ends here and now.
Run away! Run away! Until they get captured almost immediately. What I mean almost immediately, I mean immediately.
Help! They'll interrogate and kill me. I know they will. I don't want to die. Please, you have to help me. I'll follow you. I'm not much of a warrior, so you'll have to protect me.
Well, luckily for you, I'm about 8 times the size you are.
More soldiers are coming.
Oh yeah, these things are all bloody useless.
This was a trap! I was almost out when they got me. One of their little friends stunned me, and when I came to, I was trapped. You have to get me out of here! Oh, and don't expect me to fight or anything. Just because I make the weapons, it don't mean I know how to use them.
That's about right.
Rukaji is going to do everything in his power to stop us.
Well, what are you waiting for? Let's get out of here! The sheriff was bluffing all along. He was just trying to corner us. We're all gonna die down here, all because of 90 Days' precious sheriff.
What did I just get? Oh no, I did actually do it. Why would I take fire resistance? Nothing attacks me with fire here. How many of them do I bloody well have? Oh, 19.
Oh no! I'm not going in there!
Maybe you should go first. I'll wait here. Please, be careful.
I don't think he'll attack me at all then. I don't remember doing this.
Look out!
Oh no, it's dead. Alright, 5.
Ah!
Did I even level up? No, I didn't.
Finally emerging from the Undercity, the young heroes found no evidence of their companions. They were left to survive on their own. It was then that they finally saw the full extent of the Emperor's control. After long months of travel, the young heroes came to a beautiful place. A place feared by all who know its legend. With the fiends close behind and the majestic peaks ahead, It was only a matter of time before the changelings fell either to the merciless hunters or the forces of nature.
Neither. I'm just that good. There might be a button to increase the map size. Okay, circle's magic button. What's the R is heal. No. Unless... Quick chat. Oh, it's Ellen's circle. No, yeah, I can't go down there just yet. Not until later. No, because I'm max. Are you want me to read this? All grows still in the numbing dark, drifting deeper and deeper through the tranquility of nothingness. Then a lullaby of serenity begins to fade. The bitter mountain chill is warmed away, and stone floors pull you from your reverie. You stir and open your eyes to a gentle smile of relief emerging through the fading blackness. Did someone sit on my face? Am I seeing someone's arsehole? Ooh. So when did this come out? Before I look. 2006, 7. 2006. Bollocks. Hello.
Welcome to the monastery, Outlander. You've been asleep for some time. The fiends were brutal and nearly killed you. It took all the knowledge I had to keep you from death. Oh, forgive my manners. My name is Lady Inaya, and it's a pleasure to finally meet you, Outlander. You're safe here in the monastery, but I fear that the monks will not be so receptive to your arrival. Do not take their wariness to heart. We've dwelled in solitude for many years. You're the first outsider we've seen since the war began. Forgive me if I pry, but I couldn't help but notice that some of your belongings were crafted in Corinthal. It has been a long time since I've seen the great city, but I fear that it is no longer the bastion of prosperity that it once was. I'd offer you some tea and warm food, but Trainer Vishal has asked that I send you to him as soon as you awoke. Good luck to you, Outlander.
You telling me that guy's cock blocking me? How dare he?
Please, browse my stock for anything that you might require.
I mean, fuck it, maybe I'll just sell that Rex, I'll never use it.
Please, browse my stock for anything that you might require.
Why is triangle by, goddammit?
Please, browse my stock for anything that you might require.
Oh, am I 15 to 18?
Please, browse my stock for anything that you might require.
Yeah. Oh, I can compare. Idiot. What was that? 12, 10. I have 11. Rune of Inaya. +2 potion find, -5 power. I mean, I'll take it because it's a rune, but... And they pretty much have nothing that I want.
My services are at your disposal.
There's no point. Not having it equipped.
Greetings. My name is Azran. My mother, Lady Inaya, has kept watch over you since your arrival. Master Surya tells me that you're from Korinthal. I've never been there, but the city holds great interest to me. Tell me, how has the capital fared through the warlord's tyranny? It's as I feared then. The city is in ruin, its people suffering under the oppression of hate and greed. And the warlord has been crowned emperor. It is unforgivable what the villain has done. They distrust outsiders. But you must not take personal offense. Instead, may I propose that you earn their trust. You are an enemy of the false emperor, and you are undoubtedly courageous and strong.
Strong? With my figure? Never.
An alliance forged between the refugees of Korinthal and the monastery would be a most formidable force. I'd be honored to fight beside you, to see what it really takes to survive in this world.
You should have been here earlier. I met a certain someone on, Death Stranding. If the legends are untold, then how are you seeing them? Because they're the untold legends that are now being told. Jeff, no, I haven't seen that no. I found a PSN username because I'm playing online. I found a PSN username which is haunting me the more that it taunts me I can never have it, of Cosmos and the rest of her name from Xenosaga. Like, it was her full fucking name. It was the Cosmos and then what battle android thing, whatever the hell she is. I just ran by and I was going over a bridge where there was a generator and I just saw it and went, because it was KOS-MOS, and then like say the rest of her name, and I just went, oh fuck me. It did. I think the universe really wants me to play Project Gressazone 2. Which, I mean, I won't say no, but yeah.
I see that you've made a full recovery, Outlander. Now that
like, people's PSN usernames are what they have. And someone decided to make their username after a bloody character from a PS2 JRPG series.
Continue to linger outside the monastery gates.
It's pretty funny. Because I really want bloody Xenosaga 3, sorry. But I'll never be able to play it because it's like stupidly expensive and I ain't learning Japanese.
Our secrecy is what protected us from the war. But your sudden arrival has put an end to our solitude and safety.
I'll need mental prep before going through that gauntlet again. Yeah, but I already have the mental prep of playing the first game for 50 hours, so when I play that game I can sit there and go, right, nothing's gonna happen for like 15 minutes, then story, then the game will spawn like 80 enemies, then I can play the level for 45 minutes after that.
And we fully
so I already have the mental prep now. Now that I've beaten that game, I have fully succumbed to understanding that it's just going to throw shit at me.
That you find.
So,
Their scouts cannot be allowed to relay our location to Korinthal.
Yeah. I mean, it'd be possible, but like I say, I just really want to get Xenosaga. For no particular reason. I know it's locked. Who the fuck do you want me to talk to? At least there are more damage options in 2. Oh, are they? Oh, is there? Oh, this one. And even then, would that even matter? I mean, it would help killing things much quicker, I suppose. And especially if critting is the same, where you've got to hit them before they land, and if the combat is the same. I mean, the game will still be relatively easy, but... and smacks Vadra some more. Yeah, but what about, fuck, I forgot his fucking name. Skeeth. What about Skeeth? Like, I only want to get the first game of that just so I can beat up Skeeth some more. I want him to know he's my bitch. I do. I have a hate boner for Skeeth. Yes, must kill Skeeth. Mostly because that wanker kept getting in my way. And then Vadra, I assume, is from God Eater. As long as I can have Cat Lady again, who was the villain. As long as she can be my companion again, I'll be happy. I mean, I'll probably continue Death Stranding tomorrow. I want to keep playing it, but I just got into a mood where I was just ranting at every little fucking thing. Instead of just, oh, why is that a thing, and then moving on. I went into my usual rant my ass off for the entire game mode. I stopped playing. I mean, I'm enjoying it, but I was just in a bad mood, so I didn't want to keep playing. But anyway, what have you been up to then? Why wasn't you here yesterday? If you want to get your monthly money's worth, you know, to get your worth. Yeah, well, you know. I mean, there is something that I do actually want to rant about, and that's to fucking stupid twitch.retard.tv. Because they keep making decisions that never make any sense to me. Because I'll show you. I mean, you can't fucking see it, which is the first problem that I have with it. But if you highlight over my badge, Mr. Blazer, if you can, if you're on desktop or whatever. I don't think you can on mobile. But if you can see my badge and you can see the stupid bullshit stars next to it, Twitch has now added, for tier 2 and tier 3 subs, I can make designs that overlay on top of the bit badges to represent, you know, tier 2 and tier 3 subs. One, pretty fucking stupid, because it, depending on how you design it, you essentially have to cover the bit badge. So I don't see why it would just be a better idea to allow you to have unique tier 2 and tier 3 sub badges at tier 2 and tier 3. So obviously if someone continuously subs at tier 2, then you have that new tier 2 badge. If you go down to 1 for a month, then you get the, say, whatever that month's badges. That makes a lot more sense to me than just some shiny sparkly bullshit. The other thing that's slightly annoying, and not that I personally care because it'll never happen, but good idea. It's just Twitch, everything they fucking do, they always hate affiliates when they do this shit, because, like I say, they've recently updated, and that's what we get as affiliates and partners, and I've had that for a while now. But do you want to know what partners get? Partners get the ability to reward their tier 2 and tier 3 subs with 5 emotes each. So I believe essentially tier 3 gets an extra bonus 8 new emotes. Because obviously at 1 everyone gets them. At 2 you got 1, and at 3 you got 2, which is the one at tier 2 and then the tier 3 exclusive. But now what they've done is at tier 2 you can have an extra 4, so 5. And then at tier 3 you can have an extra 4, so 5. So tier 3 subs get essentially, what? Well, I mean, I guess 10 more emotes than everyone else, and tier 2 get 5 more emotes than anyone else. That's good in concept because, you know, $25 a month and you're getting the same bullshit as what everyone else is getting. So to actually reward people, oh, here's some emotes you might want, you get 10 more for your money, essentially, and I guess that kind of makes sense. The problem is affiliates don't even get that. We don't even get 1 bonus emote for tier 3 or tier 2 subs. We get nothing. And again, like I say, from my perspective, I quite frankly don't care. Because I'm not in a position where it matters. I'm not. But it's just the fact that anything Twitch does to try and update and reward affiliates and partners will always get the biggest stuff, which I guess is supposed to be Twitch's way of, do you want to support your small guy? You can get them to that and unlock these new features. Which kind of makes sense, but the problem is, let me ask you this. Would you rather spend $25 on someone of my, or even larger than me, for an example, because to get to partner you need 75 concurrent viewers. So even if you're a large, small stream at, say, 50 viewers, you know, and you can sort of part-time this close to full-time, for an example, if everyone supported you with subs and stuff, I mean, it won't be a lot of money, but would you rather spend $25 on someone like that, where, sure, you're giving them the money and you feel like they deserve it, but you're getting no reward for it? Or would you rather give that $25 to a partner where you can get an extra 10 emotes, then come back to someone like me and then use those 10 emotes here? Because my mind tells me that anyone who's smart enough, if you want to get your money's worth, you're going to go to a partner and spend that $25 to get those 10 emotes. You have no incentive to spend more money on affiliates because you don't get anything for it. Like, there's not even any affiliate exclusive things that you can get that partners will never get, for an example, you know, to incentivize, okay, you're an affiliate, you've made it that far, your viewers want to potentially reward you and for getting you that far and helping you. So here's some affiliate bonuses that only you get here. But obviously you will lose out when you hit partner, but at partner you get all of these fantastic more bonuses that are even better, if not equal to what you will get now. Nope, I just get a shiny fucking glowy thing on my sub badge. Ooh. Like I say, it would make sense if you did it for affiliates where you say gave them an extra, say 1 at tier 2 and then say an extra 2 at tier 3, you know. That would half, or 2 at each, that would half incentivize people to support at more money levels. It would. You know, because you're at least getting something and you're getting a small unlock towards what the partners get. But nope. All I get to do is give you an effect over a badge that you will never see. So yeah, thanks Twitch for cunts. Oh hey Chris. Can I play Gangs of London after Death Stranding? No, because I'm playing this. But yeah, I mean, I have no idea what Gangs of London is. I don't even own it. But I can have a look into it. As long as it's not some shitty fighting game, then yeah, sure, I'll look into it. But you know, like you can understand where I'm coming from when you think about it. Like, I understand partners getting those extra 5 emotes total, 10 emotes total. Makes perfect sense because you want to reward those tier subs. But affiliates get nothing out of this. It's fucking... Again, not that I care. I'm never going to be in a position where that will ever matter. But to those that it does, tough shit. You know, it's just tough shit. See me play a Brit game, see how I feel about it. And then ask me to play the Getaway. Yeah, why not ask me to play the Getaway? Let me have a look. Because like I say, I don't have it, but like if my local CEX had a copy, I suppose if I'm in town next before Deadly Premonition stuff, I'll do it. I think I already have that. Gangs of London's more rare. Nope, I do not have Gangs of London. E, B, C, E, F, G. Yeah, like I said, I've got both Getaway games, but I don't have Gangs of London. Oh, it's a PSP game. Is it a PSP game, or is it also on like PS2 and stuff? If it's just a PSP game, you Google British gangster video games and it looked interesting. Like I say, is it on PSP only? Yeah, I think it is only a PSP game. Yeah. It would be fun to see me salt out on a shite game. Well, I mean, you should have been here earlier when I was salting out on bloody Death Stranding for no reason. I mean, okay. The thing that I pointed out at the time, when I then realised that I was just being angry for no reason, what I said was still a valid point. Like, I travelled half the goddamn map and missed one item that I needed to continue the main story, which is fine. But because I was fighting human enemies, one of them picked it up whilst I was in the middle of combat, so I didn't see him pick up the item. Then because I'm knocking everyone out, and then I knock him out eventually, when you leave a mission critical item, it glows red as soon as you walk like 2 feet away from it. It says warning sort of thing, you're missing your item. That's a good mechanic. The problem is, because an enemy picked it up, it's in orange, and it kind of flashes on and off, and I didn't see that. So again, I partly me to blame, but I didn't see that, and because I ran so far away to the other side of the map, there was no giant red glow of, you're missing the mission item you're supposed to be delivering, dickhead. So that's what I was mentioning at the time of, what the fuck is this? Why is that a thing? And then I just kept going on and on and on for like 10 minutes, and I realised I need to stop playing this today. Because otherwise I would have just ranted for the whole day. That's why I'm playing this. I will continue it tomorrow though. I will. I'm only playing this because I wanted to do Final Fantasy 2, but I can't be arsed. I do want to do Final Fantasy 2, but I'm not in the mood of playing it for a couple of hours today. Yeah, no, like I said, I was just wondering if it was PS2. Because I've heard of Gangs of London and it's a TV show. Yeah, no, Gangs of London is only £2.50. It's CEX, so I can get that whenever. Which means I'm going to need to go onto CEX on my mobile device, search up Gangs of London. Oh, and also the vehicles are absolute dog shit. That was the other thing that I was pissed at, but whatever. I'm trying to expand my game library. Thank you. No one else does. No one else does. Like, Black Blazer's not even trying to help me find 2 exclusive American games that he can buy me. You know? Doesn't want to help me whatsoever. Because he's probably completely forgotten. But I don't give a shit. I mean, if I find them, I'll find them. If I don't, I don't. I'm not bothered. Also, can't I bloody fast travel? Yeah, I can. Yeah, what was it? Gangs of London. Start new search. Gangs of London. Save. It is now on my wish list. There we go. Now I can't forget about its existence. But no, like, I mean, in some ways, I do want to play Getaway again, but I know I'm only going to play it for like 5 minutes and hate it anyway.
Please, browse my stock for anything that you might require.
Ooh, 17 to 21. Yes, please. 12, I have 10. Was it 3? 3... That's 5. Oh, that's 11. Ruin of Nanny Day. I mean, I kind of want this more, right?
My services are... Please, browse my stock for anything that you might require.
Yeah, like, in some ways I do kind of want to play Getaway again, because when I'm not just ranting and being angry for no particular reason, again, like I was today, I could play that game, shut my brain off and beat it, because that game is notoriously terrible. It is. Because to heal in the Getaway, so you get into a fist fight or a gunfight, right? You'd think there maybe would be some healing kits or just regenerating health. Wrong, and kind of wrong. What you're supposed to do is, if you want to heal, you have to walk up to a wall, interact with it, I believe, or push into it, and you lean on it. And you breathe heavy. Once you breathe more calmly and you're just sort of normally standing there and whatever, you're now at full health. So
You must focus your strength, your resolve.
that's the one thing that game doesn't even tell you is a thing,
Harmonious pulse.
which is annoying. I hate Tom. Taking a break from a game must be bad. No, I was just ranting at Death Stranding for no reason.
Let it guide and become you.
Like there was a couple of things that was slightly annoying. You know things that would just annoy you normally. Of oh come on, please, those kind of things. But for some reason I was just ranting for like 10 minutes because of it. So I eventually realized I was doing that, and then I just stopped playing it. Like I am enjoying Death Stranding, but something kicked inside of me that just made me just spew hate for no reason.
Return to the frigid trail and remember what I've taught you.
Like the tall cars you can drive can't go across a river because they just slam into it and they don't move. Yeah, it's annoying, but you kind of just get out, move your stuff, and move on. And the other thing is, the game didn't tell me that I dropped a mission critical item, and I didn't realize. So that was another thing that I was annoyed at, but those two things just made me rant for like 10 minutes. So I stopped playing. Am I trying to say that Hideo isn't the best dev ever and that Death Stranding isn't the greatest game of all time? Blasphemy. Oh no, the game's alright. I mean, I've been enjoying it. I have. Like, I kind of like the Postman Pat stuff, and also, the other thing is, you can drive into ghosts. Don't ask me how that works, but it's a thing. But yeah, no. Yeah, that just kicked off inside of me, so... Like I say, I like the delivery side of things. Fighting humans is completely broken, by the way, because when a human attacks you, if you attack at the same time, or just before, or just after, you get iframes. Your entire animation is iframes. Unless you get hit by another guy, or the guy blocks you. But if you're one-on-one and the guy swings for you, as he's swinging for you, you go for the punch, the swing goes right through you and deals no damage. Once I found that out and I realized I don't need to stealth humans anymore, I've now just turned into fucking one-man killing machine. Just being caught specifically to take out all the humans so I don't have to worry about being caught by them and being stealthy anymore. So, that was fun. That was like one of your salty episodes. No Alexei Blood Blaze, I had to stop. Like, don't get me wrong, I know I get mad and pissed and stuff, and I have done, especially in the past, but I really need to stop doing that. I do. That's why I've stopped, so... I want to keep playing, of course I do, but no game in any situation for me is now worth sitting here just ranting 24/7, being mad at it. Like, if it's a terrible game, it'd be funny, because lol, this game's shit anyway, lol. But when it's Death Stranding, it doesn't deserve me just ranting at it. Like I say, gameplay-wise, I wish the game told me that I dropped my mission critical item. I just wish it told me. But whatever. It is what it is. I've now learned from it, so I've been enjoying it. Yep. Where have they taken the real Matthew? Because this is a clone. Well, no, like say, story-wise, it's complete not shit. It's just Kojima crap of, oh yeah, that's happening. Multiverse? Sure. Whatever. Like, it's the usual trope of shit going on and it's never going to be explained. But gameplay-wise, I kind of like the delivery system of climbing up mountains and dropping ropes and stuff. I kind of like that. Fighting humans, well, I mean, like I say, now that I've found out that you can iframe their attacks, or just run them over, like, they're not a problem. And ghosts, they're annoying if you get caught, and even if you get caught, you throw like 6 grenades and they're dead anyway. If anyone else made Death Stranding, it would be universally derided as dog shite, but it's Kojima, so fanboys. Yeah, exactly, and that's the thing. It's the same thing with The Last of Us. I'm gonna rate both games. Well, The Last of Us. Well, here's the thing. I'm probably gonna award Death Stranding more points overall because Last of Us isn't this fucking LGBTQ plus bullshit ridden fest of you've got two lesbians and yay, we're pushing the boat, and you've also got a trans, which, spoiler alert, Tom, I suppose, but whatever. But you've also got a trans character. That means nothing to me. So, that putting points towards the game being 10 out of 10 from most viewers can suck my dick. You know, Death Stranding just being some weird, wacky game by some Japanese director. Fine by me. I'll take it. I will. Like, at least it's going to make coherent sense where it needs to, and then they'll use technical jargon bullshit like the multiverse to explain other stuff that they don't want to or can't explain. Like, I will take that over including characters that are gay, black, blue, Asian, purple, just because, oh, we're forward thinkers here at Naughty Dog, you know, so... I swear I was shitting on it when it was announced and stuff. I've changed my tune. Oh no, I wasn't shitting on it. I was just shitting on it as, ha! No, I mean, the only thing I honestly said when the game... Well, not honestly, you could probably look back at my videos and tell me what I actually said, but... Pretty much when the game came out and then everyone was like, wait, this is Death Stranding? You know, and it was basically Postman Pat the Simulator. Like, when that got out, and I was the one basically saying, I fucking told you. I told you this game wasn't going to be what you thought it was or anything related to Metal Gear. So on that aspect, yeah, it was nice me rubbing it in. But realistically, until I played it, I was never actually going to hate the game. I wasn't. And like I say, it's not a bad game. And I bought it for 20 quid. Like, even as much as the game I've played so far, I would tell you to play it for 20 quid. I would. You know, a cheap, well-made game is a game worth playing. No matter what my thoughts are of a director of a company. Yes, is a 7 or 8, not 5 like some said, or 10 like some said. I mean, yeah, exactly. It's the same thing with The Last of Us. Like, The Last of Us is a solid 7 or an 8. Death Stranding is a solid 7 or an 8. Frame rate. You know. But people just love to hate on things because this isn't Metal Gear Solid. It was never going to be, idiot. Whatever. You know, like... I mean, then again, a lot of people read into the bloody trailers of, oh my god, do men, like, give birth in this universe? Oh my god, what's going on? Invisible enemies? Oh my god, Kojima, you genius. And then the game actually comes out and it's... You know, Kojima fanboy, yeah, fucking wish. I mean, I would probably argue that Death Stranding is a game closer to a game you should enjoy, like, say, Metal Gear Solid 1, 2, or 3, over what MGS5 eventually became. You know? Like, MGS5 was just a game that was taking way too long and is an unfinished product, and it shows. Death Stranding, for the most part, will be a finished product that will be fun and enjoyable to play, gameplay, and enjoy story-wise. It's not going to break awards for me personally, obviously, but it'll do enough that I'll want to sit through and see it to the end. It's in the net more than ever, tribal eating high media fits into their identity. Yeah, pretty much. Like if someone says one thing about a game that they don't like, they'll immediately say, oh, this game's shit then, I don't like it, oh, fuck it. And it's like, really? You're gonna say this game is shit just because this one thing happens? Okay. Again, it's the same thing with Last of Us 2. Like, the thing that happens in that game that I knew was going to happen, regardless of spoilers, I don't care. It doesn't make the game any better or worse. It's narrative to push the story forwards of the story they're trying to tell. I'm not gonna hate or love a game because of it. Although most people hate it because of it. That's something I should do. I should do an award stream at the end of the year. Yeah, like anyone would watch. I've already done a review of The Last of Us, and it probably has like maybe 2 views. It does. It probably has 2 views. I know you would, and I'm saying everyone here who watches me would, but I'm just saying that people wouldn't turn up, new people wouldn't turn up to hear my opinions, because I'm just some twat with like 3 viewers. You're gonna watch it now, that's fine. I mean, you can watch it overall. I mean, there are no spoilers, so... You know, I did say in the video that I would probably discuss the one thing that I don't like, which is a spoiler, but I never bothered. The review got to 15 minutes, and I thought, fuck it, there's no point discussing spoilers. If people want to, they can talk to me about it later. Oh, spoilers, Chris. But yeah, Tom, if you genuinely didn't know that was going to happen, 1, I'm not sorry because I didn't spoil it, and you're a mod. You can always ban him. Wink. But no, like, I mean... You know. It's alt-right anti-LGBTQ review bombing. Maybe. But, I mean, personally, like I say... I've read one review where their tagline or whatever is some bullshit along the lines of it's a good game that forwards LGBTQ plus stories, and no, it doesn't. It really doesn't. There's a gay character and a trans character. Nothing is explored. You're just told that that's a thing, and you're meant to just agree with it. That's not character development. That's a checklist off a box of what you want to start character development for. Have a trans character, I don't fucking care. Don't just have one because, hey, maybe we can be more inclusive if we do it. How are we going to fit it into the story? Well, we'll just make them feel like they always was like that. But how is that going to work in this universe? It just does. Okay, shut up, minutes. Okay. You guessed he was going to die, but not soon. In a not well written way. Is it done in a not well written way? Well, okay. Because you now know. Is it too soon? I would argue no. Maybe slightly too soon, but not really. It feels like it happens at just the right time. Is it well written? I mean, the character doing it for the reason why they do it is somewhat justified and understandable. But the problem is when you look at, and this is the problem with any story ever, like if you try and just get a gist of stories, sometimes stories will not look good or intuitive or well written or well directed because you've only got the gist, you know? So yes, that event, what happens at that point early in the game, obviously later on in the game you find out why it happens, and then you then think to yourself, okay, I can understand why it does. I mean, it's just like in some ways I suppose the problem I have is the character is a little too angry because of it. Like, because the thing is, it happened, like, Joel dies 5 years after what happens, and the character gets their revenge 5 years after that. Personally, I would have preferred a interrogation scene of having that character understand why Joel did what he did. And then through all the pain and suffering that they caused him through the interrogation because they went a little too far, you know, that's then their consequences for Ellie going after them, you know. They come find him, interrogate, goes a little too far, it happens. Obviously Ellie finds out. They obviously leave and now it's Ellie's turn to say, no, fuck you, I'm going after you. That would then make sense. But because it's 5 years of pent-up rage and anger of just trying to find Joel because of what he does, yeah, it's justifiable because of what happens, but realistically I would have preferred more motive than just where you did what you did where. Because like I say, you have 5 years to reflect on it. You do. And you have 5 years of working with your fellow members of your society to help you push through and think forwards of somewhat forgetting about it. Then when the opportunity arises, because again, when you play as the character prior to shit happening, she's just a normal character. There's nothing wrong with her. And like I say again, what happens, I understand why it happens the way it does, but it just happens a little too quickly and a little too, I'm angry where, you know? So that's my thing. I wish there was reasoning behind it. I wish the character had developed the things that they're doing to get to that point rather than just where you did thing where, you know. I mean, overall, it was a good game. Can you give the game a 9.5? You give the game a 9.5, Chris. Wow, fuck me. We can't be friends anymore. Sorry. Yeah, we can't be friends anymore. I mean, I gave the damn thing a 7. I'd give it a 7.5 if they fixed 2 gameplay aspects. 2 gameplay aspects and they get a 0.5 from me. You're an idiot. Oh, I'll give it a perfect. We can't be friends. Sorry. Get out. The acting raises the rating for you. Gameplay is meh. Really, why is the gameplay meh? And I know that sounds very... No. And I know that sounds passive-aggressive, but what didn't you like about the gameplay? Because my entire review of the gameplay was it's stealth-based killing. Like, you can't change that aspect of any game ever. You know, like I say, it's the same thing as if you wanted to complain about Hitman. Like, you can't run and gun it like Call of Duty. I mean, of course you can't, you know. Like, that's not the way the game was designed. More of a movie than a game. I mean, that I understand. I mean, I understand that. And you know, it's the exact same thing like I said when I began Death Stranding. Personally, I would prefer Kojima to just make a walking simulator movie game than a game with gameplay. Because like I say, as much as I'm enjoying the Death Stranding gameplay, realistically, you could have none of that and just all story and it would still be just as good as a game. Well, good or bad, depending on how you like the story, I suppose, but when you watch it, it isn't innovative and it seems like it's the same shit over and over. Hitman is super innovative though. No, oh no. My point about Hitman is if you get someone who plays the game and they can't run and gun it, like Call of Duty, of course they're going to complain. Because that's not the way the game was made to be played. But if you play every Hitman game from when they came out to now, at this point, you kind of have to understand that it's going to be the same gameplay from back then to when it is now. Maybe a little tweaked, maybe a little more innovative because of technology and stuff. But for the most part, if you want to play Hitman the way Hitman was supposed to be played, which is thinking out your routes, how you're going to take out your target, and how stealthily you're going to do it, rather than just pew 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 sort of thing. That's my point. Like Hitman, and again, same thing with Dishonored. Like, those games will always play the exact same way they do, because that's just the way they're designed. And if you complain, oh, this stealth game is... why can't I just stab everyone in the face, you know? Like, you're never going to get that. So, for a stealth-based third-person shooter, I mean, you can't really change the formula, you know? It's the same thing with, like, open-world RPGs. Like, you can't really change the gameplay formula of big open world, fill it with side quests, and gameplay-wise, it's a hack and slash with some abilities that you can drop every now and then, you know? Like, the basics you can pretty much never change. You can innovate a bit, but basics you can never change. Like that's the thing with The Last of Us. It's just a stealth-based game, but if you get caught, it's in a third-person shooter. I mean, I'm fine with that, but it becomes a bit frustrating for players you watch. Yeah, that's probably because players can't fucking shoot people in the face by flick-shotting them like I did 90% of the time. Map design plays a huge factor in Hitman. Each game has something to help you be a ghost and stuff. No, I know. Like I say, everything I'm saying about Hitman is not a negative. I'm just saying that from someone's perspective, if you look at the basics of every Hitman, they will always be the same, because that is the design concept for Hitman. And you make it new, interesting, and innovative with each new level and each new game release by doing what you've said. You know, so that is how you change it and make it new each time. But I'm just saying that gameplay basics, Hitman will always be a stealth-based game. And it isn't made for running and gunning. It isn't. You can do it. You probably won't survive doing it, but you could maybe do it. Is it going to be fun? Not really. To someone, maybe, but, you know. And yeah, by Blazer. Well, I mean, it doesn't really change the story per se by killing more. I mean, it changes small things here or there, but the main thing that it does in Dishonored is you get more plague, so more rats. More rats means getting attacked more, going stealthily. And it also means more undead zombie infected people. Which again, in Tail means less stealth options. So you essentially made the game harder for yourself. You do. Because you then have to keep killing. So, because if you keep killing, you then make the game harder. Thus, you have to keep killing. Thus, making the game even harder and spawning more enemies. Thus, keep killing. Once you get into that rhythm of killing, you have to keep killing. There's no way around it. Oh no, yeah, no, it gives you a bad ending. What I mean is, throughout the concept of the story, it doesn't really change much. But yeah, no, at the end of the game, I believe Emily dies, yeah. Like I said, the main gameplay mechanic behind it is it spawns more enemies, there are more checkpoints, there are more guards, there are more rats. It essentially, once you go down that rabbit hole, there's no way out. There isn't. Like say, you just essentially screw yourself over and you can no longer stealth. Which is a good design concept when you think about it. Because imagine playing a stealth-based game where you just mass murder everyone and you stealth every level, because if no enemies survive, they can't tell anyone you was there, right? You know? So it at least has an impact on the world that is immediate. I should spoil the ending of Dishonored for you. I'll pour you. How dare you I could ban you for that, you know. I won't. I know Blyblazer would try. Because he's tried to ban me multiple times. He has. It'll never work. It won't. As much as he would like to try. But yeah, no, Tom, if you... I suppose if you do want to watch my review of The Last of Us, there are no spoilers, so... Can I play Persona 4 Golden one day? Yes, I will play Persona 4 Golden one day. I just don't know when. Don't you worry, it's a game that's on my list. But when I feel like playing a game for 100 hours, I'll let you know. In before Persona 4 Golden is 200 hours. And don't you humph me, Blyblazer. I know you've wanted to ban me for years. Well, not for years, but in the far future. I mean, I could play it tomorrow if I want. But no, I might, if I do play it this year, which I very much doubt, but if I do, I will do it in September, because at the minute nothing's out in September. The only thing that's out is the Avengers game on the 4th. That's the only thing that's out that month so far. Or at least that I care for at the minute. It is. Like I say, unless something else pops up, I could maybe. I don't quote me on that. I probably won't, but it just depends how I feel. If I've got nothing else to play, even though I own 1,000 games, if I've got nothing else to play, then I'll play it, because it'll take me an entire month to beat it. 6 hours a day. I mean, the thing is, like I said last time, if I did play Persona 5 Royal and I played it legitimately and I didn't skip cutscenes, which I would anyway, but if I didn't, I said that I'd try and play that game all day, where I'd be on in the morning for a few hours, go off, have lunch, and then come back again. If I do play Persona 4, I'll try and do that. I will. So obviously I'll get up at, say... I mean, not that I would be able to quote this, but I'd try and get up at, say, 8, half 8 in the morning. Eat foods and whatever. Get a Dwinky Wink, and then play from, say, 9 till 1 for 5 hours. 4 hours? 4 hours. Go off, get lunch, and then come back for about half 2-ish till 8-ish, half 8-ish. Just so it doesn't take me an entire month to beat another game. How come you haven't heard of this game? It looks good. Because it's on the PSP. And you're the only person to say that. But no, that's the thing that I love about the PSP. The PSP is very, I need to get rid of an item. That's the thing about the PSP. The PSP is a very good, little console. It has a lot of good games on it, which is why it's a shame that the PS Vita didn't get the same support. Because if the PS Vita got the same support, I would also be screaming to everyone to buy that as a console. But sadly, no. Is this underrated in gaming circles? I mean, it's on PSP, so maybe. But yeah. There are 3 games of Untold Legends. There's 2 on PSP and 1 on PS3. I've never played the one on PS3. I haven't. I've only ever played the 2 PSP ones. And I've already streamed and played the first one like maybe 6 months ago, something like that. Is there even a map that I can look at? No, of course not. Yeah, so, I mean, you can always emulate the PSP if you really wanted to. Because PSP has some pretty decent emulation. Again, I don't know what makes good or bad emulation, but from what I have played of PSP emulation in the past, pretty good. Oh god. Nice. Did you fuck off? Fuck off. Frick. Stop. Could you? To the supply depot. And this is when I'll leave because I want to get some. I want to sell my stuff first and foremost. I hope to God I can travel back. If not, I'm going to run through that entire dungeon again. Well, we'll find out momentarily. What game am I buying full price next? Deadly Premonition. Deadly Premonition, which is out on the 10th. And then Ghost of Tsushima, which is out on the 17th. Then I might look into Destroy All Humans remake, just because... fuck it, why not? And then on the 31st, just to piss Blight Blazer off, I want to get Cat Quest, which is an entire top-down isometric brawler that has a lot of cat-based puns. So, you know.
Please.
I already own Cat Quest 1, but I want to pre-order it because you get 2 pin badges of cats, which is actually the main thing that I want. Can buy 2 rings.
Please. Browse my stock for anything that you might require.
He has no rings. Oh. Yeah, he has nothing that I want. So, I give a flying shit about the
My
Avengers game.
services are
Oh no, the Mafia remaster though, that's out August 28th. And the Avengers game? Not really. Actually. Oh no, I'll have a week to beat the Mafia game. I'll beat it in 2 days at least. Oh, I can't travel there. But no, I mean, I really don't. I mean, it's not to say that I don't care. It's not to say that I don't care enough that I don't want to play it. And yes, exactly, that's the problem. Is gameplay-wise, it just looks fairly bland, pretty much. Means it needs more Donovan. Nope, it's Mafia 1. As much as I would love more Donovan, he isn't even born yet. He isn't even a squirt in his daddy's pants. He isn't. Yeah, like I say, I mean, the Avengers game, like, it looks like it's going to be a good game in comparison to, say, Uncharted, if that makes sense. You know, where Uncharted, you're not playing it for its gameplay, but it's there to break up, or, you know, so it's just not a story game, and it's there to just add in things to do to get you to the next story sequence and joke, you know. And again, what it does as a third-person shooter, it does very well. And so the Avengers game, I don't expect the combat to be decent at all. I don't. Like, I expect it to be good enough to present me to beat the game. I don't expect to go further than that. I don't. Because the thing that I was hoping for, and which was never going to happen, but I would have preferred something like, say, a game like, say, Devil May Cry or something, where each of the characters have their own unique set of combos, abilities, and skills that you can use. Which I would have liked. Which I'm gonna spend on Steam Summer Sale before it's over. Oh, nothing. Realistically, there's nothing on there that I need to buy. This time I'm actually saying no, I'm not gonna buy anything. I'm not. Like, I have far too many things, I want to catch up on them first. And by waiting... And by waiting, I'm essentially just making the games that I do want cheaper anyway. So... yeah. It's better this way. I mean, I might pick up something like Undertale or Celeste or something. You know, a cheap game that I know that I'm going to beat in, say, a couple of days. But for the most part, I'm just going to skip most things.
Have to report. They've moved more quickly.
Because like I say, I have 1,000 games currently. I have more than enough to keep me occupied for a while. And like I say, new releases that I can get straight away because of breaking the system of trading games in to get them cheaper. That I will still do anyway because fuck it, why not?
They're organizing for an assault.
But buying new games of old games I may have played in the past or have never played, unless, like I say, I see them like really stupidly cheap, I'm not bothering.
You must return to the supply depot. Destroy their supplies and whatever troops you encounter. Remember what's at stake, Outlander. The fate of the monastery is not all that rests on your shoulders. Your own life depends on the prevention of this attack.
Thanks, man. So yeah, like I say, with all of my games that I own, I want to get through some of them first. I do. But anyways, to cheat the system when it comes to buying consoles. Trading your old consoles, yeah. The only way to cheat the system. Otherwise, no, there isn't. For my friends back at school, when the Xbox One came out, obviously you could have a deal where like game might increase their trade-in, or they might have an offer of trade-in these consoles which will give you this much money towards, or will give you the new console for this much money, and then trade in your old games on top and we'll trade them in for these prices. And obviously if that sounds like a good deal, you do it, which it almost always was, because brand new console and you get like £100 off and it becomes like 300, and then say if you own a few games you can make it say 250. Fuck it, why not? But to someone like me who prefers to keep their consoles because you want to still play those games, I mean, for an Xbox One Series X, because it will pretty much play every game from the Xbox 360 and the Xbox One, it's kind of a no-brainer to sell the consoles and keep the games. Although an original Xbox and an Xbox 360 goes for nothing these days, but you know, you could still trade in an Xbox 360 and your Xbox One to then get the Series X and just have an all-in-one console. But because I've got them, I mean, there's no point me trading them in for a pittance of the price. I may as well just keep them. Yeah, like, there's no real way to... I mean, the only way to cheat the system is, whilst instead of cheating the system of buying games cheap for, like, say, £15 when I trade in the old ones, you trade them in, but put that trade-in money towards the console. So effectively, the console then still becomes free in some ways, but... you're then buying games at full price, so effectively you're not really spending more or less money. So, there's no real one. At least not yet, anyway. You ask us, depending on first month PS4 release, you might have to buy it. What do you mean, have to? You don't have to. I mean, at the minute, I would argue don't even bother. Because obviously with their games release thing for what's coming out, what we know what's coming out day one, just indie games. So obviously if you don't have a PS4, and you was thinking of getting one, and say at day one, those 100 PS4 games are compatible straight away, then yeah, I would probably say you can get one day one, because then you have a whole library of games you can play straight away. Especially on the cheap for a while until stuff starts coming out. But in terms of new stuff, like, nothing interesting's coming out. And yeah, same thing here. Like, the only reason why I got a PS4 when I did, which was about a year after or whenever, like, I got it in between September to December of 2013. No. It wouldn't have been 2013, dickhead. 2015, I think? September to December of 2015, I think? And that was only because Dragon Age Inquisition was coming out. And obviously as a big Dragon Age fan, of course I got one. I mean, I didn't. I was a privileged child that year I didn't have anything for my birthday, and then Christmas was coming up, so my dad texted me when I was on the bus going to college that, oh, by the way, when you get home, there's this thing called a PS4 at home. I have no idea what it is. Of course he had to text me when I was going on the way to college, the bastard. So, you know. Because then I met him in town, because the bundle of the PS4 that he had to get was one that came with GTA 5. And then he said, do you want it? And I said, nope. Traded in towards Dragon Age. So then I met him in town and after college, and then we went up and I got Dragon Age. Fun times. I mean, I was lucky that time to get it the way that I did. But this year, I mean, I guess I could always save up if I really wanted to. Because again, we've got, what, 5 months before it comes out? And if they announce an actual price for the console, I can put money behind to get one straight away. Not that I probably will, but I mean, hey ho, you never know, I might. Just to piss everyone off, I might. Because why the fuck not, right? But realistically, I probably won't. Come on. I think late gen games for PS4 are worth getting, even like Tsushima and Valhalla, just make PS5 editions. I mean, like I say, it depends how they announce what those 100 games are. Because if you could buy, say for example, Ghost of Tsushima now, keep it, and then you get the PS5 update as a file. Obviously it detects that it's a PS4 game, then it just updates with a file, obviously from the internet, that it downloads to give you the PS5 quality version. Then buying some of those games now would still make sense to get them now. Which I would assume Ghost of Tsushima, because it is a PS4 exclusive, it will be one of those 100 games, I'd assume. But again, it just depends on how they announce it. I mean, if you're going for the Xbox Series X, I mean, you can get whatever damn well game you want and just keep it. You can. Yeah, like I said, if you're doing the Xbox Series X, I mean, it makes sense to just get one of those because you know the games will work, but for PS5, again, it just depends what information they announce, really. And when they announce it. If they announce it like 2 days before the bloody console comes out, that's a little too late. Because again, like I said, obviously, doing things the way that I do it, obviously it makes sense to just get games now anyway. Because you'll always get shit cheaper anyway, so... Like so. If you don't have a PS4 and you want to get one, like say if they announce those 100 PS4 games will work day one, then just get a PS5 when it comes out. If it's appropriately priced, of course. Otherwise, again, like you say, just wait.
Please, browse my stock for anything that you might require.
Oh, bloody one gold find.
My services... Please, browse my stock for anything that you might require.
Yeah, like I say, once I know more, I'll let you know. I like the spawning. Oh, there are 7 more siege weapons. Nice. Nice crit. I'm just going around in a bloody circle. Maybe. Oh, hey, bro, Tandy. How are you? Anyway. Oh, thanks. I can't help, but thanks. Porn, you can watch porn. Plenty of it. What am I playing? Untold Legends, the Warrior's Code. Which is a game on the PSP from the ye olde age of 2006. Looks like a PS1 game. Nope, PSP. Yes, one better. I mean, graphically. Because this actually has 3D rendering and textures, not really. I would assume... I mean, this is more of a... a low-res PS2 quality game. Explain. Well, I mean, understandable. Not everyone is going to enjoy everything like I do. For the most part. I enjoy everything. For the most part. For the most part. You're gonna guess that I enjoy the Silent Hill HD collection. Nope, because I'm not an idiot. I bought Silent Hill 1, 2, 3, basically every Silent Hill game on their respective consoles. I did. I know how abysmal the HD collection is. Which means I kind of want to play it, but I don't need to. I already know how bad it is. And even then, the Silent Hill HD collection only comes with 2 and 3. When 3 is a sequel to Silent Hill 1. It is. Two more. Whether the show has changed after not being here for months. Why? Why would it change? I'm still as dead as ever. Dead channels can't change. It only falls apart further and further. I mean, the only thing that has changed is there's no random anymore. May he rest in peace. I are dead and look depressed. Yes. 1, I'm English, and 2, who's random? Oh, random. A man who would want to have an argument with me for no particular reason, and we'd come out of it further as friends. I basically told him to fuck off one day because I was just really mad for no particular reason. And so I vented my anger towards him. And he hasn't been back since. That's who random is. So he died. No, he still lives, he just left. Because I essentially told him to fuck off and I shouldn't have. Like I said, I'm just a dick. That's something that people, sadly, will have to get used to. Yeah, no, I was just playing Spider-Man. I got really angry at the game, and then he said something. I can't remember what it was, but he said something, and so I just had to go with him. I did. Yeah, that Spider-Man. Yes, I mean, like I say, I would like to see him again, but I hope he's in a better place now. On Twitch, talking to someone who won't call him a twat. Spider-Man 2. Yep, Spider-Man 2. Oh no, Spider-Man 2 was the best of the trilogy, most would argue. I mean, the video game's absolute dog shite, but movie-wise, And now we escape. So, where did you go yesterday then? You're random. I mean, if you're trying to replace him, you'll never be able to replace him. If you mean random as in things you do, noticed. Just be lucky there are no mods here. I mean, not that they'd give a shit anyway. Oh, so immature. Yep, again I gathered. You're 16, but internally 6. Yep, and then when you go out into the open real world, your 6-year-old is going to have to be locked away and you're going to have to throw away the key. You are. Sadly. I mean, I locked my child away years ago. I still fuck him occasionally, but no, my inner child has pretty much never existed. Long View by Green Day is literally that situation. Lol to anyone who actually reads lyrics and understands the song's meaning. I mean, I can't recite the fucking meanings behind Green Day songs. There's a meaning somewhere. No idea what they are. You're a music nerd. I mean, you just said yesterday that you listened to Green Day, Paramore, and fucking the other one. Like, I know someone who is also part streamer, part viewer, who is an actual composer and musician. That is nerd. Then again, he does classical stuff, but you know. Or just a nerd in general. Good luck. You are sitting in front of me. And even then, I'm not the biggest nerd, but... Get rid of them. You have a SoundCloud? I don't.
Browse my stock for anything that you might require.
Okay. What do I need?
My services are at your disposal.
Made a song, but it has no vocals because your voice is kind of cringe. If only cringe was a thing that existed.
Done well, Outlander.
I mean, I know it does, but there are many more emotions and words, terms you can use instead of cringe.
In any event,
So,
I expect you to continue.
I mean, how do you think I feel?
Dedication.
Or felt at first doing this? Like, sitting here and talking is something that I have never done in my life. Like, I am not the talkative
Destruction of
type,
the Siege Forge will be a significant setback.
but here I am. And then also, I know what I sound like. I sound like someone who's on the cusp of committing suicide because they're just so depressed. Like, I know what my voice sounds like, let's be
There is no
real.
doubt that the Emperor is aware of our location, and it is only a matter of time before his war machine makes its way to our doorstep. The great leader of our order, Master Surya, wishes to speak with you at once.
I look like depressed Toby Maguire. I'll take that as a
He
compliment.
deserves your respect and gratitude, for it was he who made the decision that you be spared. Keep the Master's graciousness in mind when considering what he has to say. Go to Master Surya and be sure that you do not give him reason to regret his compassion.
Regret. Oh, I can give him 2 reasons to regret. I can. Such a compliment, I know, thank you. Isn't he the twat down here? Here he is.
Welcome to our home. This monastery has been here for 1,000 years. You are the first outsider to find it, and the only one to be allowed inside its walls. You have shown great honor through your efforts, Outlander. This next task is of the utmost importance to our survival. As it is so, I believe you must know the truth of what's at stake. For 18 years, we have kept the only surviving heir to the dynasty of Corinthal safe within our walls. Prince Azran is the only one who can defeat the warlord emperor and restore the empire. Now that you're here, I see the fates have a plan for you. Let's hope that you're befitting this destiny, for if you should fail, all hope for recovery will be lost. I will grant you safe passage to the Hibernal Shrine, our most sacred of temples. Since your arrival, the Fiend's attentions have been drawn to our location. They've managed to penetrate our defenses and cripple us from
Oh,
within.
penetrate, you say?
An enchanted idol of significant importance has been destroyed, its pieces scattered throughout the shrine. Gather these fragments and restore the idol to the altar in the nethermost chamber of the temple. Do this, and you'll have proven yourself worthy of our trust. Fail, and you'll have condemned this world to a plague of war and unrest.
Ooh. Well, this is the last mission of Act 1. I cannot remember how many there are. Thanks for the review. Didn't want to review. There are no guides for this. Nice. Oh. I'll beat it when I beat it. taking that. Yay, dead end. Just what I wanted. Oh, I have 40 healing potions. That's gonna go down quickly. That is. Oh, pass. Damn it. Okay. Round we go. Could you fuck off? Ooh, that was this way. Oh, this for a fucking dead end. Oh, damn it. Bloody hate dead ends. Okay, I'm gonna go around a goddamn circle here. I must find the 3 idle fragments. I thought I've only found 1. You bastard. No. Um, if I'm looping back around again, I have a feeling I am. I have a feeling she's gonna loop me up and around. So just in case if it does, I'll go back. Then if nope, then if it doesn't, I'll loop back around again. I missed one idol. Means I'm gonna have to loop back in before he's all the way back at the top of the sodding level. Oh, and there isn't a bloody large map that I can look at to see where I've been. I now just have to loop back and go wherever until I find it. Oh damn it. Because if he is all the way at the top, then we're going back up. Oh, welcome back, Rotunda. Don't worry, you haven't missed much. If at all anything. Besides me mashing one button. I know I'm gonna have to go all the way back up. Yep. This game is repetitive as hell. Isn't every game repetitive though? Isn't Call of Duty just shooting people in the face over and over again? Exactly. $10,000 IQ. You're welcome. But you don't like COD, or why not? Call of Duty's a good game. Good series. It's the same game every year. No, it isn't. I mean, it's funny, I can look back and be as naive as you was. But no, it isn't. You can't change a first-person shooter. A first-person shooter will always be a first-person shooter. You can't change it. Can't. Yeah. Anyone who says that has no basis for an argument. You mean, to be fair, Black Ops 3 is pretty good. I mean, I like them all, but, you know. Oh no, this is a bloody entrance. In your opinion, the cards had more charm. Yeah, like what? Again, they were just shooters. You can't change that. This wasn't kind of like a realistic take on war. Oh god no. God no. There was a crap ton of World War II games when Call of Duty was a thing. Back in the early days of PS2. But not, I mean, yeah, then Modern Warfare came out, but kind of, but not really. I mean, I do like COD, but the problem is with new Call of Duty, it's like fucking 200 gigs on PC. I can't be asked to keep doing that. Can't. I can't be asked to keep increasing the bloody file size. Fucking abysmal. Yeah, like I said, the PC version is very hard on your hard drive. I'm gonna be slightly annoyed if that door's now open down south. You're downloading Twitter. Who downloads Twitter? Unless you're on your mobile, but... So you can do dumb shit. Yeah, that's about right. Oh, to be a 16-year-old. I mean, I was never like that. I mean, then again, me and my friends were... Yeah, I mean, we did stupid shit, but we were relatively mature. I mean, I'm guessing this door won't open. Oh no, the door has opened. Fuck me! Oh, damn it. Yeah, but aren't we all? Yeah, you can hit him with that. Why'd you fucking hit me? You're not downloading Twitter, why? Not enough space on your phone? Oh, there we go. Welcome in. For the reason your phone won't download shit when you're out of space. Well, that'll be why then. That'll be exactly why. Oh, not out of space, sorry. I just read, and you're out of. My brain completely ignored the not part. But no, if your phone won't download it, it's because your phone's potentially too old. Which is a thing when you want to look up pictures and read words. Whatever.
Please, browse my stock for anything that you might require. My services are at your disposal.
Oh, you have a Samsung Galaxy S9. Oh. I mean, mine is.
You've done well, Outlander.
I don't use a phone, so
The defenses
I just
of
need
the
one that
monastery
works.
have been restored. We should be safe from attack. Unfortunately, our greatest advantage has been compromised by your arrival. The fiends now know of our existence, and they will be relentless in their campaign to destroy us. He must begin to walk the path of his destiny. And as fate has dictated, you are his guide. I hope that you live up to our expectations, Outlander. If you are befitting this
if it's
designation,
porn,
then
I'll
we
ban
shall
you.
meet again when the throne of Corinthol has been reclaimed. Go and speak with Prince Azran and his mother, Lady Anaya. It would not be proper to leave without saying goodbye to those here who owe you a debt of gratitude. Speak with Trainer Vishal when you're ready to depart. He'll accompany you and the prince on your journey.
I have a duty that can no longer be ignored. The people are in need, and we can no longer hide from the Emperor's grasp. The monks will remain here to defend the monastery, and my mother, who is unfit to travel. We must make our way to Corinthal. There I will earn my birthright and face the false Emperor. I humbly request that you remain at our side, my friend. You're an invaluable asset as both a fighter and a companion. Vishal is a strong and honorable man, but he knows little about the outside world, and I know less. Your knowledge and experience is the key to our survival. When Vishal gives the word, we will begin our trek westward. Until that time, farewell.
"18 years ago, I served as one of many harem girls in the palace of Corinthal. Days before the warlord invaded, I discovered that I was with child. I confided this in Master Surya, who served then as the advisor and guardian of the royal dynasty. On the eve of the warlord's invasion, Master Surya came for me and we left for the monastery. The father, King Nahir, he never knew about
I don't know how do I feel about quarantine. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, again, I'm the wrong type of person to ask, considering I mostly stay inside anyway, so it's not like it matters, but considering I also had to stay inside after I had my fucking surgery anyway. So I've been stuck inside essentially longer than anyone else, so...
I'm reluctant to let him go so soon. He is so young and the world is so dangerous. But I cannot deny that this is his destiny, and his time has come. Just promise me that you will keep him safe. In return for saving your life, that's all I ask. Keep my precious Azran safe.
Okay, bitch.
Despite your best efforts, our location and thus our advantage has been compromised. We must take the prince from here at once. The prince has been my pupil since the day he was born. I have taught him everything that I could in those 18 short years. But he's young still and ignorant of the outside world. You will accompany us down the mountainside. I know the prince is fond of you, Outlander. Perhaps you could take the time to prepare him for what lies beyond the sanctuary of the monastery. Prince Azran is the only chance we have to be relieved of the Emperor's tyranny. Everything is in order for our departure. We will set out at once.
Well, that's chapter 1 then.
The time had finally come for me to leave the security of the monastery that had always been my home. Trainer Vishal, my mentor, and the only father I had ever known, would be at my side while the heroic strangers continued to teach me about my kingdom.
Asking you to make him feel safe in his home.
As we moved into enemy territory,
Oh, I'm not reading the rest of that.
the devastation that covered this once prosperous.
Oh, good luck to him. That's all I can say. Good luck to him.
Where farmers had once worked and celebrated the coming harvest with their neighbors. I realized my duty. I was born to set things right. The Empire needs your help. I need your help.
Or companion that can actually fight back. Nice. So what are you gonna do today then? May as well ask before I go off soon. Yes, you. I'm not talking to the damn game, am I? Can't ask the game. Talk what? You mean you could just say you'll stay on
Please
to it?
help me. Help the Empire.
Do you have no IRL friends? I mean, I do, but with what's going on, no one really has any IRL friends.
Please help me. Help the Empire. Please help me. Help the Empire.
No one does well. I mean, there's going to be people out there who still keep in touch. And like I say, I've got a friend who I keep in touch with.
Please help me. Help the Empire. Please help me.
Oh, well, I mean, that will help. That will work.
Please help me. Help the
So
Empire.
then the real question is, were they ever your friends? Maybe.
Please help me. Help the Empire.
Oh no, I know, but I mean, when you get in situations like this,
Please help me.
it's just obviously a lot of people who...
The Empire.
Shut up! It's just obviously a lot of people who are just stuck inside, so they don't really do a lot of that, maybe. A lot of people would start doing more of that, but
Please help me. Help the Empire.
when I install a Chinese hacking camera service called Zoom, I'll let you know. Because then I may as well show them my penis.
Please help me. Help the Empire. Please help me.
Shut up.
The Empire.
Oh yeah, you've hit a dead end. Nice.
Please help me. Help the Empire.
Almost. When am I leaving? Once I get to the safe haven. Come on.
Please help me. Help the Empire.
And this is when I run out of potions. Just wondering. You can tell me you don't care about me, that's why you want me to leave. I'm a big boy, I can take it on the shoulders.
Please help me. Help the Empire. Please help me.
Stop running into shit, you stupid cunt. Frame rate. Can I level up already? Yeah. Thanks for the assistance,
There you
asshole.
are. I'm relieved beyond measure to see Azran alive. If anything had happened to him, the Emperor's reign would have been sealed. The Emperor's forces are everywhere, and they are fueled by the chaos of war. A small group of resistance fighters has established an encampment on the other side of the grove. I happened upon them as I was searching for a way to you. From what I've gathered, they're refugees that were banded together by a changeling warrior not unlike yourself. They are few, but determined to fight to the last breath. a noble trait that's to be admired. Captain Saris, the human officer of the movement, has extended a warm invitation for us to join them at Outpost Hope. Come, they're expecting us.
We don't know each other, but these times make for strange alliances. Welcome to the Resistance.
Nope. Oh, it's this guy.
Nani day, and the sheriff thought you were dead after the safe house incident.
This looks like a PS1 game. Nope.
But I guess you showed them.
Just a really low-res PS2 game.
I, of course, thought we should have waited for you. I even tried to convince the sheriff to get his arse back in there and help you out, but he would have nothing of it. Said you were on your own, that going back would be suicide, and so on and so forth. I guess I shouldn't be bad-mouthing him right now, huh? He disappeared not too long ago. The fiends got him, you know. But now that you're here, I suppose you'll be picking up where the sheriff left off. Well, I guess you better get to work then, huh? Start pulling your fair share of the load around here.
Hold on.
It is remarkable.
Our supplies are over there, but we don't have time to give you a tour. The Emperor's forces are near.
You look like worthy fighters. We need all the help we can get.
I don't care, I just want the bloody merchant. That's Nani Day, that's not a merchant.
We all thought you were captured back at the safe house. That's why we had to leave you. I didn't want to, but we had no choice. I'm so happy that you're alive. Please forgive us for doubting you. I should have known that the big, icky creature was no match for you. But I was so scared. He looked so big and hungry at the time. We found the Resistance a few months ago.
I could crush you like an
They're
egg.
glad to meet up with us. Their blacksmith had died weeks before, and they never had an alchemist. Rory, she and I have finally found a way to be helpful in the fight against the Emperor. I can't tell you how exciting it is to be a part of something so big and noble. Oh, and the sheriff? He helped Captain Saris organize the Resistance into a formidable movement. But you won't find the sheriff here today. He would have been so happy to see you. I know he would. Captain Saris...
Bitch, can you shut up? I just want to sell you stuff.
Surima disappeared. She tries to remain strong, but I can tell that his disappearance has hit her pretty hard.
That shouldn't cover me for that. Oh, and the runes get destroyed. Is Cardboard at War for PS2 a port? Nope, it's a unique exclusive game to the PS2. It is. Yeah, no, it's a unique game. I'll get it in a minute because I have it. But in terms of YouTube side of things, I'm ending this here. I'll stick around for you for a minute, but I'll see you in Death Stranding, YouTube. That time.